Okay, Bitcoin's finally bullish in the short term. I'm going to give you guys kind of my update Bitcoin price prediction, what I think is going to happen for cryptocurrency as a whole, how I'm going to be making money off of this trend, and more. Of course, more. I got to dive into some macroeconomics, what's going on with the world and things like this, and what I see for cryptocurrency. These updates are going to be less frequent. And the reason for this is because when I say something, it usually lasts a long period of time. I'm a position trader. So there's no need for me to update you guys with random information. What I'm trying to do is dive into what people are really missing, which is cash flow. Not motivation, but to a certain extent, people have to just make more money in other ways. I don't think everybody on planet Earth is a trader. That's a fact. So putting people where they thrive the best to develop cash flow and investing systems, I think is the answer. So if you see my content go slightly in a different way, it doesn't mean I'm stepping away from crypto. It just means I'm facing the reality. Not all of life is crypto. So if you come over here, you can see that I've kind of clearly, stated or, drew out this falling wedge. I think it's so straightforward. Look, a lot of times you'll see people on the internet, they're overcomplicating things on purpose to make it seem like they're super smart. It's more of a marketing ploy and not really just accuracy. So if you just use naked trade, very straightforward. This is clearly a falling wedge, So what I meant in the beginning of the video of, we're bullish is we're probably going to make our way up to, the exact drawing's irrelevant. Maybe it comes up to here and it comes up to 30K. And maybe it's a good psychological number. Maybe it takes a little bit longer to play out, whatever. And it goes up to 25, 26, whatever the case is. If you look at this very, very basic, nothing crazy pattern, not trying to make myself look smart. I'm just trying to give you the actual results or the truth, which is what a lot of people are missing nowadays. I'm trying to give you the exact answer. To a high accuracy. I've been very, very right about pretty much every single video for the past couple of months. And it doesn't come from complexity in any way, shape, or form. So what I'm trying to show you guys here is that it's very simple. We're going to probably come up, make our way back up to here, maybe 28,000, whatever the case is. I'm not going to give you guys exactly what I'm going to do because people will take advantage of that. There's a lot of people watching me in the game right now. So I'm not going to tell you exactly how I'm going to short it, when I'm going to short it, and how long I plan on holding the short. If you want that type of information, the Fundamental Secrets is currently 20% off. We're doing Fundamental Secrets 2.0 on August 21st, my birthday. So we are launching that, which will help people with cash flow, will help people with other things. But the point is, again, we're coming down here. So it's probably smarter to put in a short here. And now if you look, it's very simply put, the falling wedge, there's 3 points of contact at the top. 1, 2, 3. 3 points of contact at the bottom. So it's a minimum of 3. Sometimes it's more, but I think minimum of 3. So 1, right? So there's 1, 2 at the top, 1, 2 at the top, right? And there's only 1, 2 at the bottom. So I do think that we're going to get another point of contact up here. Then we're going to make our way down to the lowest low, which could potentially be 13. What we've been saying for such a long time. I've just been obviously far ahead of the curve. So yes, we need some buy pressure here. Markets move up and down. They don't just move down and they don't just move up. We have to have some type of relief rally, which is what we're experiencing here, kind of like a big relief because look at how bad this is. And remember, guys, we're looking at the weekly right now. We're looking at long-term timeframes, but literally for the last 77 days, Bitcoin has dropped 62.32%. That's no joke. Right. So there has to be some type of relief. This is the relief we're experiencing right now. I don't think we're going above 30K. That's probably the most optimistic is if we just continuously go up from here. And I'll explain a lot of reasons why, macro conditions, et cetera, but I don't think we're going up to 30K by any means necessary, or at least past it. Maybe we go up and touch it, but we're not going past it, in my personal opinion. So again, this is a nice little relief. Another point of resistance here, just to kind of throw it out, is right here. So this is like right on 30K, guys. So it looks definitely under 30K. So we have this right here. If we see, for example, this has played a support, right? It's played a support. It broke through, comes back up. It hits it, plays as resistance. We're definitely going down. So it's just pretty much from a lot of different perspectives. I'm showing you guys the technical analysis perspective, obviously, but from multiple perspectives, which we'll go about, I'll go through it in the video. It looks like, we're definitely coming down. And when you're going down, you don't try to play the upside. What does that mean? I know a lot of people want to tell you to buy the dip, dollar cost average. Look, that's not my game. I'm not going to play a game that has the odds stacked against me. And what I mean by that is if you look at the BLX, for example, which is the biggest index for Bitcoin, and you kind of just draw this here, which is like a bull market, right? Just very straightforward. There's nothing crazy here, right? You just draw a trend line. Here is a time when you want to buy, right? So if you just draw something like this is the time when you play the upside because it's going up more than it goes down. But as soon as we broke structure, right, which is essentially like right here. So as soon as we broke structure, you want to play the downside more than you are the upside. Why? Because the trend is now down, right? So the trend is your friend, right? So to me, this is not a time to buy. This is time to short in most cases. Even position shorts, even holding shorts for a long period of time is going to put you at a statistical advantage because the trend is currently down. And then what we're looking at here is the BLX. So simply put, and I've said this in multiple videos, these are the Bitcoin halving marks, which I think catalyzes the entire market more than anything else on planet Earth. It's essentially monetary policy for Bitcoin. And if you understand how the current economy works, everything is run off monetary and fiscal policy. So, when the Federal Reserve makes a decision for hawkish or dovish, the market reacts from that. It starts from that most of the time, like 90% of the time. So Bitcoin, the Bitcoin halving events, which you can Google search and look into it for yourself if you don't know it already. The Bitcoin halving events are essentially monetary policy for Bitcoin itself, which catalyzes the entire market into bullish or bearish direction. So if you understand that how it works, the cycle is essentially the next halving, right? The cycle's in the middle. It's in the middle of the halvings, right? So the next cycle is happening February, March 2024. And basically every single time we're like kind of in the middle here, you can see a steep drop, right? We have one more leg down, right? Somewhere around here, we have one more leg down. And we can get these bounces. Like there's nothing wrong with these bounces. Like for example, if you look right here, we were clearly in a downtrend and we still got a 63% bounce up, but we still came down, right? So again, it's not that you can't make money on the upside. It's that you're statistically more likely to make money on the downside in a downtrend. That's kind of how it works, right? So if you look at, for example, right here, we're only up like what, 35%. And then if you look at the last bear run, we got even bounces. We got huge bounces. We got 47% bounces, right? If you look over here, this is a 54% bounce. So we can, this bounce doesn't mean it's the end of the bear run. It just means that we got a nice little relief rally. That's, what it is. And again, like I said, I don't want to step on anybody's toes. You can make money on the upside and you can definitely do that for yourself. And a lot of people are doing that. There's people in our course that are doing that too. And Fundamental Seekers, there's people that are making money on the upside. But I just rather play what's statistically likely, even though people don't like me for saying that. I'm going to say it anyways. All right. So again, 3 points of contact. I'm looking at 1, 2, and then we're going to get another third point of contact. And then I'm going to play the downside by putting in a short somewhere around here. And then we're going to make our way down, in my personal opinion. Screenshot this, save this video, do whatever you want. I am very, very confident that is going to happen. I don't have a crystal ball, but at this point, it's just extremely obvious that we're coming down. Okay. It doesn't mean I hate crypto. It doesn't mean that crypto's ending at all. I think that we're going to come down to these liquidity levels. And then I think it's going to be the most appreciating asset in the next 2 to 4 or 5 years or whatever time period you want to pick. It's always the best appreciating asset ever. It's the greatest asset class in mankind. It's bringing decentralization to mankind. It's bringing the next infrastructure of the internet. It is the greatest thing you could probably invest in, and that's not going to change. But you could either wait and not do anything, or you could short like I do. I make money, right? I like to make money. So I'll catch the short, and then I'm going balls deep, man. I'm buying as much cryptocurrency as I possibly can. When we get near these price levels, and I'm not going to get greedy, I'm going to buy it, start my dollar cost average strategy around here, and ride that thing down. Do I think it's going to go below 10K? I highly doubt it. I really, really doubt it. But, definitely I think it's going to start at like 13, 14K. I'll start to jump back in or whatever the case is. But we do have some downside here. And if you look at the time perspective I just drew out, which is like completely irrelevant because this is like just, there's no math behind this at all. It's just me just drawing. But if it kind of looks, I guess, whatever. It could be March, February of 2023. If you look at my other videos, I've drawn this out, which is the time periods from the bottom to the next halving according to history. So history here, you have 511 days. History here, 539 days, right? So I just kind of drew it out a little bit, like around 500. We have October, November of this year. So towards the end of the year, We can see the bottom, boom, boom, boom. It'll come back down. We hit the bottom. If we look at the total market capitalization, which is everything in crypto, it's pretty much the exact same pattern. We have 1, right? 2, and then we have 1, 2. We're going to make our way back up one time. Just because some of these altcoins are popping off 70, 80% doesn't mean we're in a full-on altcoin season. Don't be ridiculous. Now, I've also called this, and I said this was going to happen. This is another indicator. The 10-year bonds are very important because the 10-year bonds give us an indication on the confidence of the United States. And I told you guys, the United States is not over, okay? It's not over. Like, there's no world power coming in to take over the United States. So yields will drop. That's what I've been predicting over and over again. Yields are dropping. It's happening right before our eyes. We just broke through some support here, right? We broke through the support here, okay? It's going down. What does that mean? If you look at Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, why this goes down, they typically do bad because all of liquidity is getting injected to the United States. This is signaling United States confidence. Bitcoin is kind of like anti-US, right? We all know that. And this is why I've always talked about altcoins because, specifically Bitcoin by itself, I honestly don't even know who the creator is, right? Who is Satoshi Nakamoto? He owns like 10 to 20% of the supply. We don't even know how much of the supply he owns. It's an inferior tech, right? We all know this, right? So it's like super expensive to mine. There's definitely some type of centralization on the mining right there, right? There's a lot of reports written on this. The tech is old. The mining, look, I don't believe in one entity. You guys know I'm a freedom maximalist. My goal here is to get people financial independence. So although I talk about Bitcoin a lot, I don't want people to think that I am a Bitcoin maximalist or that I advocate for Bitcoin specifically. I use it as an indicator for an entire altcoin market. And that to me has been consistent through the board because they just have the strategic advantage of being first, right? So Bitcoin was first, it started everything, but I do think that there's going to be coins that kill Bitcoin in the future, and I do think altcoins are going to take over the show eventually. It's just we're talking a longer time period here, and again, like I'm not going to believe in a founder that's anonymous and that won't show his reputation or put his reputation on the line in any way, shape, or form. I am against that. I don't like people that are anonymous on the internet. So why would I like an anonymous founder? It doesn't make sense. There's way better founders out there that are way better at their job than I think, in my personal opinion, Satoshi Nakamoto. But yeah, obviously there's miners and, maximalists that want to uphold that infrastructure. So, that's kudos to them. But I do think that they're going to lose for the simple fact of credibility. Yes, the United States government is going to increase in credibility like it always has. And although they have their own system, the Federal Reserve, and, a lot of people talk negative about it, it's pretty much the same thing through the board for every financial asset on planet Earth. So it's not that, the United States is inherently evil. It's just that they own all the chips, guys. They won. They played the game. They won. And they have the strategic stronghold as the Federal Reserve, right? And, I just think right now, this is going to go down. It's going to go down. And when it goes down, it's not a negative thing. This is a positive thing for the United States. This is U.S. government bond 10-year yield. This is a yield on the government bonds, right? So meaning if the yield drops, that means that more people are adopting it. More people adopting it, right? Yield drops, more people are adopting it. So if more people are adopting it, then that means that confidence for the United States is increasing because this is 10-year yield. It's how much money you'll make in 10 years. It's basically a certificate. It's an IOU. It's just an IOU. Hey, give me your money. Give your money to the government. You trust the government, right? You're trusting the government with this money. This is what this is. Okay. The yield dropping, that's what it is. So when this goes down, it is not good for Bitcoin. I'm going to say that straight up. If this goes down, it is not good for Bitcoin. Bitcoin will fall. Let me say it again. Bitcoin will fall. And what we're talking about here is a momentum thing, right? It's a momentum thing. So it's going to fall for a long period of time. Hence my time frames, right? We're talking about, the end of this year, we see the bottom, but when we see momentum again, I've said it over and over again, when we start to see momentum, it's probably going to be, in the beginning of 2024. That's when I think momentum is going to really start. And this is essentially why I'm also creating FS 2.0 is because, guys, look, like you can sit on your hands the whole entire bear cycle, or you can build as much cash flow as you possibly can and buy the dip like a gladiator. Like, look, I want you guys to win. Like, I want you to get 100K into crypto at least, right? So you can get your 10X on 100K and make your $1 million, right? Like we can all look at the 100Xs, like some of them will 100X, but if you want a predictable, easy strategy, just get something with a 5, 10X. Like that's still better than every hedge fund on planet Earth, right? Let's get a 5, 10X on a significant lump sum of money. But first, you have to become an outstanding human being to get the significant amount of money in the first place. Oh, Alex, I can't do it. You can make 100K in 1 year. It's easy. It's so easy. You know, I made like 4 million in 1 year. If I can make 4 million in 1 year, you can get 20 to 30K in 1 year. I don't care what skill level you're at too. You could be at the lowest of low skill level. It's all a mental barrier. It's a mental barrier. You can definitely save 50 to 100K in 1 year's time. And when you do, you're going to have a lot of dry powder to buy the heck out of that dip and support all the cryptocurrencies that have been supporting you and have been making people rich, right? Support all of these altcoins that have been creating infrastructure for Web 3.0, right? Buy the dip aggressively at the bottom, okay, with the money that you built and these cash flow systems that you built. And then maybe you'll run a cryptocurrency business yourself one day, right? Because of these cash flow systems, as well as be able to invest and do what I did, which is, essentially hack the trend of crypto. What did I do? I invested in cryptocurrency early and that made me a lump sum of money, but the consistent cash flow is what really got me rich. I got the cash flow and investing. You need both to become financially independent and to be free. And this is the perfect time to be working on the cash flow side of your life. Because if you work on the cash flow side of your life while everything's dying down, right, you don't have to put in the shorts. I'm putting in the shorts because I know what I'm doing. And I have traders that do this, right? We're starting a fund, so I have to make money in all areas of the market. But for the average person, you don't need to put in shorts. For the average person, you need to build cash flow, fam. You need to get liquidity from other areas and bring it into crypto. Like, play your part. Like, I think a lot of the reason why people respect me in crypto, some of them don't, but some people, the reason why they respect me is because I didn't just hype off the crypto search terms, right? Go look at my old videos. I was running the market to a certain extent when crypto started. So I was getting people from outside of crypto and bringing them into crypto. Nobody does this. A lot of people came in after the hype came in. The hype came in after, and then they started making the crypto videos. No, I was bringing people from outside of crypto into crypto. That's why people respect me. So to a certain extent, yeah, you're investing, you're making money off these companies, but let's contribute to crypto one time. How about you contribute and play your part? So, playing your part is always a good thing. It's going to help you with your skill set. It's going to make you rich in different areas of your life. Look, if you really believe in this market, if you're in the bear run right now, I know you really believe in it. So it's time to contribute. It's time to learn some marketing skills. It's time to learn some cash flow skills so that you can help everybody. So you can help yourself. You help yourself and you help everybody at the same time. That's how this game works, all right? Now, if we look at the commodities, now commodity is essentially like, food, gas, or whatever the case is, oil, things like this are basically, they're considered, we need it no matter what, essentially. We need it no matter what. And Bitcoin at one point was a commodity, but I guess not anymore. But yeah, if we look at the commodity index, okay, you could see in 2008, we had a steep crash, right? We also had a steep crash in 2014. It looks like we're coming down again. This is also a signal that the entire markets of the world are doing bad in general, okay? This could be supply chain issues. This could be, what is it called? Manufacturing commodities are going to suffer most likely because of the supply chain issues all over the world. I mean, bro, we got all this. It's not good news, guys. Look, now they're just now coming out. This is July 27, 2022. I called this almost a year ago. Like, I literally said this was going to happen when the war came out. I said it was going to happen when this, virus came out, right? I'm not going to say the name because I'm going to get censored. But when that came out, I said this was going to happen. And now they're just now talking about it, right? Employment rate has remained low. Inflation remains elevated, reflecting supply and demand imbalances. I said this way like almost a year ago. Higher food and energy prices and broader price pressures. So essentially, inflation's still here and it's not stopping. The economy, I want you to think it's like a momentum thing, right? It doesn't, just because they're trying to fix the problem, it takes a long period of time for them to fix it. So what does that mean? So essentially, we are hawkish. It's not risk on. Like, there's no risk. No one's taking risk right now. No one's jumping into tech stocks. I mean, look at the S&P 500. Look at the stock market. Look at the S&P 500. Everything's down. I mean, you can call, the market's coming back with this pump. No, it's about to get rejected, literally as we speak. Like, I'm pretty confident that when this gets rejected to the downside, cryptocurrency will likely follow or not. Or crypto goes up a little bit more and then it gets rejected too. But in general, we are in a downtrend. We're in a downtrend with everything risky. Everything that's risk, people are trying to get out. They're trying to pump it, exit liquidity, get out. So follow the trend. Don't be a dummy. Follow the trend, right? Commodities are suffering. Everything's suffering at this point, right? Literally read this. Russia war against Ukraine is causing tremendous human and economic hardship. The war and related events are creating additional upward pressure on inflation. and are weighing on global economic activity. The committee is highly attentive to inflation risk. Committee, but you get the point. I think like I'm beating a dead horse at this point. You got to understand what's going on in the world. And literally, as the war hit, I literally said that this was going to destroy inflation. Like months ago. When the war hit, I said it's going to destroy inflation. When that virus hit, I said it was going to destroy inflation. And guess what, guys? I don't mean to be crazy, but we got a new weird thing coming out. I'm not even going to say the name, right? We got this new thing. Look at my screen, guys. Look what's going on here. Another one. Like, why there's so many viruses? Like, I don't get it, right? So again, another way to cover up what the Federal Reserve, monetary fiscal policy or whatever, their stronghold. They don't want people to know how they, control the markets or whatever the case is, even if they control it, if they don't control, whatever, man, whatever you think, there's another big event coming out. Okay. One huge event coming out. I don't know if it's real or not. I'm not a health expert. I just know when there's something fishy going on. I know when there's something fishy going on. This is a negative event. They're going to milk this to control perception. They're going to control perception. Other people that don't understand money, that don't understand economy, that don't understand what's going on are going to rally and be like, everybody go back indoors, go back indoors, go back indoors. Because why? So that we can give an excuse for why the economy sucks. Well, I don't know what it is. I just know it's a massive event. Okay. And guess what? The clamps are coming down hard on crypto, unfortunately, but they are. One of the biggest mining pools of Monero is closing on August 12th. No one knows why. Literally, no one knows why. You can see right here, this high performance mining pool is closing on August 12th. No one knows why. Think about this, right? Think, guys. At one point, the Federal Reserve, I don't know if it was the Feds. I forgot the exact entity. It was either it wasn't the FBI. I think it was the Feds. They put out a bounty for anyone that could hack Monero. They'll pay you like $800K or something like that. It was like a large lump sum of money. Why? Because Monero has private transactions. People really think that Bitcoin's like private. It's not private. They can run a bot and it can like shift through all of the transactions on Bitcoin and it can kind of identify entities. Same thing with Ethereum, same thing on every blockchain, except for the privacy blockchains like Monero. Monero has the biggest liquidity. It has exchanges. It has the biggest pools. So if you want to take down Monero and you can't hack it, what do? You take down the pools. Think about it. If you can't take down Monero, take down the pools. Do I think this is negative for crypto? Look, my goal here is to make money. Okay. Why? Because money is essentially freedom. Okay. If you can become financially independent, if you could do that, I've done my job. That's the only thing. I'm not here to play this political game. I'm not here to play any of that. Okay. I want people to become financially independent. So I don't use Monero. I can care less. I'm not a drug dealer. I don't care if people look at my transactions because it's ethical and it's not illegal. I give out my public address on Ethereum. So I don't even care if there's private transactions or not, to be completely honest with you. If you really want to hide, that means usually you're hiding something. Depends on what you stand for. So I personally don't care. But what it tells me is the clamps are definitely coming down on crypto. The clamps, I don't know if the United States or whatever, the powers that be are coming down hard on cryptocurrency. SEC charges 11 people in an alleged $300 million crypto Ponzi scheme. The clamps are coming down on cryptocurrencies. It was just a hack. Again, the clamps are coming down on cryptocurrency industry. If you are doing something sketchy, you cannot run for long. That's a fact. They're coming hard. So I don't care. For me, regulation increases adoption, for more people because, a lot of people do believe in the government and what they have. And to a certain extent, yeah, it does signify security, right? So if the clamps come down and they get out some entities and they make examples of some companies or whatever the case is, then they're going to push it harder and we're going to get more adoption, which allows me to make more money. So at the end of the day, if this is what they need to do to reach new audiences, I'm cool with it. I have no problem with it. Do your thing, people. Powers that be. I'm just trying to live my life and I'm trying to allow my family to live. And I want people to gain financial independence through what I preach on this channel. So I'm not going to get political. That's pretty much it for this video though. leave some comments below. The gist here is, again, I predicted it right in front of your face, and you can screenshot this, save this video. I really don't care. We're going to get one more rally. If it doesn't end now, maybe it ends now, but I think we're going to get one more rally, push up to below 30K. It's not going to go above 30K. And if it does, it'll go like, 31K and then immediately come back down, right? But it's not going to go over on a significant way above 30K. It's going to reject off 30K. That, okay, support, right, before is going to turn into resistance. Let me draw this out for you right here. This has played a support 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever you want to call it. And then it broke through. It's going to come right back up. Bada bing, bada boom. Reject. I don't know the time frames. I don't know exact prices. I just know this is probably going to happen. It's going to reject that support right here. We'll turn into resistance, and we're coming right back down, okay? Which will get us to those final liquidity levels where I'm comfortable with buying and starting my dollar cost average position at about 13K, 13.5, whatever the case is. And I'll start buying like a madman and screaming, crypto's bullish to infinity at this point right here. But for now, I think it's more productive if we get liquidity into crypto. Let's get liquidity into crypto. How about that? And the way you do that is by contributing to this beautiful ecosystem and this beautiful industry, and essentially building your cash flow, make more money at your job. Okay. If you don't want a job and you want a business, okay, let's make a business, learn marketing and whatever passion you have, right? And then use that money to invest so that you can get the 10X, the 5, 10, 20X, 30X, right? Whatever the case is. Let's not look for 100Xs, because the people that look for 100Xs are getting wrecked every time. Let's look for the 5, 10, 15Xs. Don't be conservative, right? Put larger amounts of money in the 5, 10, 15Xs. And when you put the larger amount of money in the 5, 10, 15Xs, then you can actually come out a millionaire. That's the point here. And if you made $1 million, then you'll actually be financially independent and you'll feel better about your life and you'll have more options. It doesn't mean you'll be happy, right? It doesn't mean that that's going to happen. It'll just mean that you'll have more options, and then you'll have more options to do what? Go get your body in order, okay? Go get the love of your life, right? Health, wealth, love, and happiness, right? Whatever that means to you. Following life to the best version of yourself. But I think right now, the reason why people can't live righteous and the reason why they're doing all this sketchy stuff is because a lot of financial issues. I think it starts there. You got to get yourself free of the financial issues. You got to feel like you're comfortable. And the easiest way to do that is not lowering your expectations. Like, people want the most out of life. I think the best way to do it is to give people what they want. Give them their expectations, which is they want to make money. They want the ability to travel the world. They want the ability to get that foreign car. They want the ability to buy that Tesla. They want to buy their MacBook Pro. They want to buy all these things so they can experience it. Even though me and you know, or maybe you don't, but I know, even though in my head I know that these things are empty and they'll only give you like short-term fulfillment, you still want to feel it though, because like it's what you've wanted your whole life, right? So let's get it, right? Get you rich, and then you can experience what life really is. And you'll have the options to do whatever you want, right? I bought all the computers in the world. I have all these things, and then I decided to let a lot of it go because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. But I would have never known that unless I got it myself. So let's get you rich. Let's get financially independent, okay? Let's get financially independent. Let's contribute to the cryptocurrency ecosystem. And then you can make a decision to do whatever you want with your life. That's the beauty of freedom, is that you can do whatever you want. I'm a freedom maximalist, and this is what I stand for. And that is a Bitcoin price prediction. That is a cryptocurrency price prediction. I know a lot of people have been asking me, buy now, buy now. No, I'm not buying. I'm not playing the uptrend. I'm playing the downtrend. Your trend is your friend. That's it for this video. If you like the quality of this content, hit like. If you don't, leave some constructive criticism. Subscribe for more video updates. And like I always say, if you don't get with it, you will get left behind. Catch you guys in the next video. Be easy.